Marlon Sanders here. This is the book right here. It is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Now, this one was given to me by Joe Vitale. I was in a mastermind with him for a year, had the good fortune to be able to do that right before the pandemic hit. And this is a thin book. Now, on Amazon, you're going to find a lot of different editions of the book, but this is the one you're going to want to get. So it's the original retro first edition, and I love it because it's hardbound and it has this gorgeous gold label on it. You say, Marlon, why should I get this book? You know, the mental, what's in your brain, your mind, precedes the external. And whether you're talking about Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, David Swartz, Magic of Thinking Big, Jim Rohn, Elon Musk, Deion Sanders, they all agree about this. Deion Sanders will say you have to believe first, and that includes football performance. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this. Before we do, I've got a couple things for you. Over here, if you haven't been on it, this is my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Marlon Sanders, and you can see my videos there. And then if you want to share my channel and help us to get a bigger audience, you can go to the community tab. And just for sharing this screen cap here on your timeline on Facebook, you'll get my free report. There's instructions there on the community tab. And then the last commercial before we get into it is if you want to get my free book on how I sold 70,000 plus products online, that's the wrong URL there. I don't know how that happened. That's really strange. It's marlonsnews.com/70 with the letter K. marlonsnews.com/70, the letter K. Something's going a little strange there in my software. All right, let's go ahead and get in and talk about this gorgeous, beautiful, incredible book. I'm going to give you just a couple lessons from the book, just to give you a taste of it, so you can see if it's something that will benefit you that you want to get. Because I understand a lot of different people like different things. This book is a little metaphysical, although even if you're not metaphysical, the same things apply. I mean, if you're not thinking the right way, you're probably not going to do the right things that result in the results that you want. All right, so in this chapter, which is you can't see it here, I don't think, chapter XI, you can see I've got some yellow there underlined, and the yellow underline says, thought is the creative power, the impelling force which causes the creative power to act. Thinking in a certain way will bring riches to you, but you must not rely upon thought alone, paying no attention to personal action. See, a lot of people think it's just, you just think and you grow rich. No. Napoleon Hill never said that, and Wallace Wattles never said that in The Science of Getting Rich. He says that personal action is the rock upon which otherwise scientific metaphysical thinkers meet shipwreck. The failure to connect thought with personal action. Man must not only think, but his personal action must supplement his thought. So that's the first lesson that I want to give you about the book. So step number one is to realize that your thought is not enough. You've got to match what's inside with what's outside, which is your personal action. All right, that's step one to apply the science of getting rich. All right, let's go ahead and go in here then and go to the next quote that I want to give you. All right. The next quote is this one, and it says, well, you see it there where it's in yellow. The underline at the bottom down here, if I can get over there. You must give every person, I mean, man, this book was written way back in like the 1920s. Just give every person more in use value than he or she gives you in cash value. So if we were to go ahead and say, what's step 2 of the science of getting rich? It's that it's still based on this law, this law that you've got to give people more in value than they're giving you in money, right? Like my goal on this channel is to give you more in value than you spend on your time of watching my video. If I do, go over to the community tab and share it with others, right? Because we're growing this channel. I want to reach more people with the message of this channel. Now, so step number 2 is it's not just about action. You've got to have something of value that you're delivering to others that's more valuable than the money they give you. Zig Ziglar said people weigh it in their hands. On this side is the price they pay. This side's the stack of value. If the price is greater than the stack of value, they don't buy. If the value is greater than the price, they buy. All right. So now we're going to go over to one of my favorite quotes here. And let me get over here. And here's the quote. It's down here in the bottom. If you wish speedy results, I'll read it to you. All right. If you wish speedy results, spend practically all your spare time in this practice, which is, it should be the work of your leisure hours to use your imagination on the details of your vision and to contemplate them until they're firmly fixed in your mind. By continuous contemplation, you will get the picture of what you want, even to the smallest details, so firmly fixated upon your mind, so completely transferred to the mind of the formless substance that in your working hours you only need to mentally refer to this. Basically, he's talking about having a clear mental picture that you've seen it so vividly in your mind that it almost feels real, right? And this is many people have said that. Again, all the people that I mentioned before, but Napoleon Hill said this, Wallace Waddell says it. People like that you may not have heard of, like Lou Tice and others have said this, who are completely non-metaphysical. They're just like take a psychology-based approach. This is a lot of sound psychology behind this, or Deion Sanders just calls it believing, right? Believing. But the Bible says that without vision, the people perish. And I think this is true in your business. It's true in your life, that if you don't have a vision of where you're going, you just kind of wander around. And it sounds so simple. And you're like, well, Marlon, that's just stupid. Everyone knows that. But you know what? Think about your life. Do you have this clear vision in your relationships or in where you want to live and your business? Most of us don't, because it's so easy. You just get caught up in living life that you lose your vision. And pretty soon you're not acting in a focused method towards that end result. And I do believe there's power in seeing where you want to go. And I do believe that whether it's metaphysical or whether it's just the result of you and your belief and your vision and the vibe you give off to others, that you attract people who are in similar harmony with that vision. The other thing that vision does is this, and most people don't understand this. When there's a result that you really want, you're willing to sacrifice pleasure in the moment for that future result. And that's really one of the big reasons that I think that, this whole thing about visualizing or seeing the picture or whatever, it's one of the big reasons I think it works. Because when you keep thinking about that future result, you're willing to sacrifice the TV show or the trip down to the ice cream store to spend that time working towards your future result, because you're delaying immediate gratification for a future result. And that's basically what all accomplishment boils down to, is being willing to delay immediate gratification for the accomplishment of a future result. And in order to do that, that future result has to be so vivid to you that you really, really want it, and you're willing to, I hate to use the word sacrifice because we all know that's a potty mouth word in today's world. I mean, people just don't like it, don't want to do it, and so forth. I don't know a better words to use it. I'm sure there's more terms that make it sound more socially acceptable or something, right? I don't know those terms. So anyway, our step 3 here was to have such a vivid picture of what you want in the future, and that you think about that often, so that you're willing to instead of seeking immediate gratification, you're willing to expend your actions, your time, your energy, and your abilities focused on a future result. Let's be honest about that. Most people aren't willing to do that because it's tough. Or as humans and our brains and everything, we're hardly built that way. But this is kind of a brain hack. When you are really focused on that future result, you're willing to bypass immediate gratification. But only if you really have this vision of what you want. Now, I don't think you have to actually visualize it. You just have to be clear about what it is that you want, and you have to stay focused on that. Now, there's so many other things he talks about here in the science of getting rich. I obviously can't give all the lessons, although I think I'll probably do some more videos on this. Let me know if you'd like me to do more videos on it. But one of my favorite chapters in here, and I'm going to end with this. I always try to say the best for last in my videos. So when you watch my videos, stay to the last, because I usually try to put the best things at the last. It's this chapter that's called the Impression of Increase 127. These chapters are just gold. Here's this one sentence is worth buying this book. It's an amazing sentence. He says, "You must so impress others that they will feel that in associating with you, they will get increase for themselves. See that you give them a use value greater than the cash value you are taking from them. Take an honest pride in doing this and let everybody know it, and you will have no lack of customers. People will go where they are given increase." That's a heck of a statement there. It's a simple thing. Yeah, you may go, "Oh, Marlon, that's common sense." Maybe you do or not. I happen to not think it's common sense, because if it's common sense, everybody would do it. And in fact, most people don't do it. In fact, it's easy for all of us to fall into talking about, oh, there may be a recession next year, or, oh, the prices have gone up so much, or, oh, this, or, oh, that. It's easy to focus on that instead of our opportunities. So, in one of his books, Augmendino, I think he called it the Salesman's Prayer, and I'm misquoting it, but it went something like this. Went something like, "God grant us not more opportunity, but God grant us the eyes to see the opportunity that we have." Really think that's that, because in marketing, that's what we're doing. We're transmuting those opportunities into the physical equivalent, which is money. So that's basically what I teach, is how to take an idea, an opportunity, and transmute that into marketing and products, which produces the money. You got to have products, and you got to have marketing to turn that opportunity into cash. So that's what we do. It's exciting business. And again, if you want to learn more about how I do it, you can just go grab my free report on it. I'll see if I can get my All right. And again, the URL at the bottom is wrong. There's something messed up in my program, but it's at marlinsnews.com/70K, and you can get my free book on this. I just want to remind you one more time here at the end that if you'd like to share this channel with other people, if you know 3 people that would benefit by hearing this video today, would you please tell them about it and share it? And then take this little image that I have on the community tab and just share it like on your Facebook timeline, and then send me a screen cap of it, and I'll send you my report on how I got 100 pages of testimonials on autopilot. All right, thank you very much for watching today, or should I say congratulations for watching today, because this is a wonderful book. It's really one of the old, timeless classics that still resonates as 100% true today. I love the book. I think you will too if you haven't read it. If you have read it, go back and read it again. And Marlin Sanders here. Until tomorrow, wishing you the best of success.